Hey guys, I'm AfroGeek PlusUltraNappy and welcome back to a brand new anime review. So this anime series that I'm going to be reviewing is probably by far one of the best slice of life anime series. And I know some of you guys are probably like,
Oh my gosh, dude, break away from the slice of life crap. I want to see some more action anime.
yes, I know you guys want to see some more action anime, but I just thought that for the month of November, since it was fall, I thought it would be best to kind of do a little slice of life stuff, even though in this anime series it really doesn't take place in the fall necessarily. Besides all that, let's just get right into it. So the anime I'm going to be reviewing for you guys is called Just Because. Now, Just Because fits in the genre of both slice of life and drama. This one, oh my gosh, this, like I mentioned on the channel, I did an unboxing of this anime series because I took a gamble and I bought it from Sentai Filmworks almost a year ago. I had no lick of anything about this series. I just went based off of the description Sentai Filmworks website had and the trailer that I saw. Thought it looked really interesting and bought it, and I am so glad I bought it because this series was really good. I literally spent all of Sunday binge watching this series, and it's not a long series. Oh man, each episode really had me sitting on my seat. Now, granted, I will say the beginning of it was a tad bit off, and I don't know if it was because of the writing as far as whoever wrote like the script for the anime series, or if it was just the English dubbing itself. Not shaming anybody who's worked on this series, not trying to criticize them by any means necessary. Like I said, the writing was poorly written for like the first episode and like part of the second maybe, or it was like the first episode the English dub voice cast was trying to get a feel of how they wanted to do things. And I don't know, like I said, if it could have been a production thing because some of the reactions were a bit delayed, and I was afraid the dubbing was gonna be meh all the way through the series, but it definitely kind of shaped up after the first episode. Things got a lot better, and I was so grateful for that because I'm like, if it's gonna be like this throughout the whole damn series, then I don't know if I'm gonna want to review this, let alone continue watching it. All right, so I'm gonna give a quick summary of Just Because. It's winter of their third year of high school, with second semester ending and with little time in high school left. A boy named Idika, their classmate from middle school who moved away, returns home just before graduation. So that's pretty much what the whole series is kind of like evolves around. Like I mentioned about a boy who comes back to his hometown right before graduation. Another one of those slice of life anime series that's just this long ass love triangle ordeal. I'll get more into that in a little bit. So the manga was written by Hajime Komoshida. I hope I pronounced the last name right, and you guys already know the drill. You know how I am with these names. Do I even really gotta say the whole spiel? Don't think so. And the series was illustrated by Asushi Kobayashi. The studio that animated this series was Pine Jam, and it was licensed through Sentai Filmworks. By the time this review goes out, I don't know if the sale is still going to be going on, but currently as I'm recording this video, Sentai Filmworks is having their annual Black Friday sale where a lot of anime is 95% off. I actually just caught me quite a bit of anime from there. You know, I tweet about it on Twitter, so that's why if you're not following me on Twitter, what you doing? Follow me on Twitter. That way you get notified when you can go and copy some anime on Blu-ray under $15. And I'm talking like whole series of anime for under $15. Plus, if you want to get your stuff shipped quicker and do the 3-day business shipping, it's literally only a couple cents more. So you're really not paying extra if you want to get your anime quick. So if it's still going on, go check it out. But if it's not, I'm sure Sentai Filmworks will have an end of the year sale. So the original run of the anime series was from October 5th, 2017 to December 28th, 2017. And it has a total of 12 episodes. So like I mentioned, not that long of a series. You can literally binge this whole thing in like half a day. So now we are going to move on to the voice cast. So we got Greg Cote as Ida, Lucy Christian as Mio Natsume, Blake Shepard as Haruto Soma, Patricia Duran as Arhazuki Morikawa, Brittany Karobowski as Ina, last but not least, Kate Thomas as Yoriko. This is going to be kind of a quick review because it's not really much. Like I mentioned, it's seniors in their final year of high school. It's around the winter time, so it's like their second semester. So pretty much the series just shows a group of friends who all knew each other since like middle school. Sorry, technical difficulties. So, like I mentioned, it's about this group of kids who all knew each other since middle school, and you just kind of get to see like their last final moments of high school. Ida was their childhood friend who moved away and came back to Tokyo, and he enrolls in their school. You see him interact with the students, but he's not like in the classroom with all the other kids. He has like his own little area, I guess because he might be a little bit behind, so maybe he has to like do homework in the teacher's lounge or something. I don't know, but he's like wearing this whole different uniform than the other students. It's a little awkward at first because it's just like this random, you just see like this random kid just trying to like find his way around the school. He has like this mundane, like, I don't care attitude. He's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could do that. That's literally how he sounds. It's just kind of like, dang, man. But he does have a couple smiles and laughs throughout the series, and he gets to meet up with his friend Soma, who he was like his middle school best friend, and they fell out like after I think a month of him moving away, or a year after him moving away. It's this whole love triangle thing that happens in this series. It's like everybody likes each other. Natsume likes Soma, but Soma likes Hazuki, and then Ida likes Natsume. Ina likes Ida. Your typical high school drama, but in anime form. You see the struggles of everybody trying to find a way to tell one another how they feel about each other. Ida is like having a hard time listening to Natsume talk about how much she's loved Soma ever since middle school. She's liked him, and Natsume secretly is like, well, ever since middle school I liked you. Natsume is like having a hard time because she always has to hear about how much Soma likes Hazuki. She has to like watch Soma literally like try and ask Hazuki out and like numerous times, but then Natsume is like trying to cover up the fact that she doesn't want to tell Soma right this very minute because she's trying to cram for entrance exams. She seemed to use entrance exams a lot as like an excuse to like hide her true feelings, which gets irritating. Yes, that kind of elemental stuff makes for a good slice of life anime series because you can do a lot revolving that little touchy subject kind of personal area. Ina, who is I believe a second year, starts developing this crush after she takes a picture of Ida pitching a ball to Soma on the first day of school, starts obsessing over him, literally like hunting him down and like trying to get approval for her to use that photo to enter in a photography contest so that way her club won't get disbanded. And so she starts obsessing over him, and then like throughout this obsession until he finally cracks and is like, yes, sure, you can use my photo, because for a while he just was like, this girl is fucking weird. She keeps following me around. She keeps like grabbing me. She won't let me go. She keeps obsessing over this photo of me that I didn't even know the fuck she took. It's just so weird. Halfway through the series, she just kind of breaks down and starts crying because she's like, photography is all she has. She doesn't really have that many friends at school. She's just like, this is all I have left. And if they take the one thing away from me, then there's like nothing in my life I have left. And so he agrees to let her use the photo. And this is like around the time when Natsume is like slowly starting to develop feelings for Ida because she starts to get jealous of him and Ina's relationship. And then she's just like, I don't know why I'm so jealous. And it's just like, because you fucking like him. That's why you're jealous. It's literally the most annoying ordeal ever. And then Soma gets rejected by Hazuki like numerous times. He makes a big deal about it. He's like, oh, my life is over. And he's trying so hard to impress her by hanging out with her little brothers when they went to the aquarium, by being polite at her house, to treating her to drinks at the Shrine Festival, and just getting her a Christmas gift and all sorts of stuff. Oh man, this scene between the two was on Valentine's Day. Keep in mind, in this series, this girl plays the trumpet, and that's one thing I guess Soma likes about her. You start to get this like connection that every time Soma really hears her play, he can hit a home run because he's on the baseball team. Him and Ida both were on the baseball team in middle school, but Ida stopped playing baseball, but Soma kept playing baseball. You know, on Valentine's Day, they go to the field. She's playing the trumpet, and it's this beautiful, vibrant sunset. And she says, after giving it some time, after rejecting him the first time, her answer didn't change. She's just like, the only reason why we can't make this work is because I'm moving away in the spring for school. He is the only one out of the friend group who didn't go to college. He got a job. His job isn't that bad. It looks like it's like an office kind of job. He's just like, oh, come on, I can make this work. Don't reject me. I can come see you every week or every month if I have to. And she was like, you won't be able to afford it because it's like 30,000 yen, let alone you have your family you have to take care of, because he lives with his grandma and his mom and his grandpa. It's this whole ordeal, and he finally is just like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I don't know what I was thinking, but she says that if you still love me after I leave college, which will be like 4 years into the future, you and I can give it a go and we can go out. And he's just like, you know, eventually at some point Natsume gets over her feelings for Soma after she returns his eraser that she lended him. I believe it was in middle school, because back in middle school, that's when I guess she liked him. And they were doing work in school. She dropped her eraser. He gave her his. I think that's what happened. And then ever since then, she held on to the eraser and was like, oh yeah, I like him. You caught feelings over him giving you an eraser? What kind of shit? And somewhere in this, you know, Ida and Natsume get in a fight, but they seem to have like this playful banter kind of friendship where they like insult each other. And there's this whole ordeal where she changes schools all of a sudden, where she decided instead of going to the school that her sister went to, she changed her school and she went into a higher ranked school, Joel University, and that's where Ida got a recommendation to. And so he was originally going to go there, but then halfway through the series, he decides to take an entrance exam of his own because he wasn't going to take one because he already got a recommendation to go to Joel University. But then he changes it to try and get an entrance exam to go to the school that Natsume was originally going to. Can you guess what I'm about to say next? Nobody told either party that they switched schools, so they both were taking entrance exams to go into different schools. Oh my gosh, shocker. They both end up going to different universities. So then at some point in this series 2, Ida and Ina go on a date and they really hit it off. Closer to the end of the series, you think that the two might end up going out together because they really do have chemistry, and everybody in the friend group is saying that they have chemistry. And then Natsume gets jealous, and one of my favorite scenes in this whole thing was when Ina went up to Natsume and said, can I ask Ida out on a date? And she just flat out says no, but she still does it anyway. So the final episode airs, everyone graduates, everyone tells one another how they truly feel. Natsume tries to tell Ida how much he means to her, and she tries to confess her feelings to him. You know, Ida has been just not reading her text all day. She says, meet me at this hill, never shows up. Fast forward to when everyone's in school. Soma's working his job, FaceTiming Hazuki every day pretty much. Yoriko is still doing track at her university. She's one of those characters that kind of comes in like every once in a while, so you don't really see too much of her, but you see a little bit, or at least a decent amount of her. Ina is still in the photography club. You see the two at their universities. The first day just kind of get acquainted because they're freshmen. Still no word from Ida until she texts her saying how's college going, and he says it's going good. And it's just like, because it's so weird because this series has you thinking that it's gonna end after she looks at the phone and she says it still hasn't replied, and then the screen just goes to black and it stays black for a little minute, so you think the show's gonna end there, and then they start playing the credits and like the ending scene while still playing more footage, and it's just like, oh my gosh, please don't tell me they never meet in college. And then you get the scene after I think Ida is looking at paintings. You get like this Japanese cherry blossom kind of like watercolored background, and he's walking and they're texting each other, or he's texting her, and then he gets this text from her saying you still look the same, and then she says look behind you. So he turns around, they're just like, you're really here. He says I like you, and then she turns around and says I like you too, and then the two start to approach each other like this, and then it ends. I'm not gonna lie, that ending did really piss me off. I was trying to keep my cool because I was like, what kind of fucking ending was this? This is like one big nutshell of a series, and I would recommend, if you like slice of life, watch this series. But anyway guys, that is it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like like, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of 2020. And if you want to connect with me, hit up my links to my social media description below. I'm talking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, TikTok. Follow me on Twitter if you want to get notified whenever Since I Film Works goes on sale. If you got a little bit of money to spare, you can get some really good anime for under $15, regardless if it's on Blu-ray or DVD. And shipping is not expensive either. And you can get a whole fuck ton of anime. So literally go check out the sale if you want to. I'm sure I probably would have tweeted something about it again. So seriously guys, if you really want to stay connected and know when this shit goes on sale and know more about what videos I'm gonna post, I would highly recommend following me on Twitter and checking out my Facebook page. Like I mentioned, both links in the description below. And if you want to see more from me, hit up my main channel, link in the description below. I just recently put a review on a new video game up there, so go give that some love, go check it out. And if you want to, subscribe to that channel as well. But anyway guys, I will catch you in the next video. We are almost done with 2020, so let's knock out the rest of the year. I am AfroGeek +UltraNappy, and your boy is